se, rože a občas sračky. Podcast jednou za čas přijde vhod. Usedněte s pivkem do sedačky. Je tu Imperial pod.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Imperial Pod Subverted Expectations, the show where we talk about movies, TV shows, games, and sometimes rubbish. I am Jakub, and my co-host is Tom today.
Hello.
Okay. We are missing one member. Scott, last minute message. I cannot reach you guys. So today we are two Czech guys talking in English, feeling like dumbasses. But
Yeah, well, I'm going to try to be much more British.
no, you're going to have to be Scott. And you.
Wait, so I need to sit like this and be like, all the movies I love, it's like 10 out of 10 for like everything because I'm Scott.
Just to describe it, you are almost vertical, or you're almost horizontal with your legs everywhere.
Man spreading like a mofo.
Yeah. But you also have to be yourself, so there's
wait.
going to be a bit of like an argument within one person.
Yeah, I guess I can do that. Shut up, Scott. Yeah, there we go.
Brilliant.
Perfect.
All right, so we thought that we would talk about a very specific topic today because there is a really special time of the year right now, and a special time of the time.
The time of the time.
The time of the time.
Yes, the time of the time and the time of the year. So you're talking about, of course, the year 2019 and
The distant future of 2019.
The distant future of 2019 and the month of November, right?
That is correct. Why am I talking about this month?
Well, maybe because Blade Runner, possibly. Maybe. That takes place in the distant future of 2019.
Precisely.
All right, cool. Well, I've seen the intro picture that you put on Facebook, so it wasn't that hard. And also, I'm not an idiot. But
So if you didn't get it, fighting words from Tom. Okay.
No, that was Scott.
Okay. So Scott said
I'm
that.
not an idiot. No, I can't do a British accent today. So yeah, this is always funny, by the way, when the timeline like of the real time reaches or even passes some movies or fictional novels, like anything that's like the distant future and such.
Exactly.
Can you remember any others like that?
Well, we talked about it last time, I think, a little bit at least. 2001: Space Odyssey, of course.
Sure.
Then I know that the Predator movies are set in 1997, 1990. Or at least the second one.
The second one, yeah, it's like 1990.
Futuristic LA.
Yeah. The LA of the future of 1996. I think it's 6.
Yeah.
Demolition Man, maybe.
No, Demolition Man. I have it in my notes. Is 2046 or something.
But
like
I mean
that?
the beginning when they're not yet in the future, but it is kind of a future, right? Because everything sucks.
Well, maybe we're going to be talking about Demolition Man.
Oh,
Who knows?
maybe we will. All right.
So one of us has read the script. Script. I mean,
you didn't send me any. How could I read it?
Because okay, we should probably explain what we're going to do today because I expected Scott to be here and I prepared a little contest for you two guys.
Ooh, funsies.
No, it's just like I always love that you guys argue so much, so I prepared something to, force you to argue even more.
Okay, that's great. Since Scott isn't here, this is going to be a pretty like one-sided.
Well, we have a winner, I think.
Yeah, well,
and we have a sore loser as well.
Yeah, perfect. We can do everything. We're fine.
Okay,
so I guess we can still argue, right? Like.
Well, we don't argue that much.
Well, I'll try.
Okay.
I'll do my best.
So the contest is going to be, I'm going to describe a movie based on some of the futuristic elements, maybe not even the futuristic elements, but some of the elements of the movie.
Okay.
And you have to guess what movie I'm talking about. Then we can talk about the movie a little bit, about what they did with the future and so on.
All right. And so is it all like science fiction movies? Does it all have to be like futures? Even though they are maybe pasts? But when the movie was made, it was future.
Stop asking questions, okay?
Okay, all right. I'm sorry, I can't even ask questions now.
Because I don't have the answers.
Well, maybe next time even I won't show up and you can have a one-man show.
No, please. This is my only chance to bring friends.
What friends?
Shut up. All right. So I think we should start talking about Blade Runner since we already started talking about Blade Runner a little bit.
Sure.
Why is Blade Runner so revered and considered to be the icon of pop culture?
Well, it wasn't like that when it came out. It was a massive flop.
Oh, yeah?
I would say partially because the original theatrical cut. I'm not sure if you know about this, but the original cut.
Nope. But I'm not surprised you do.
What was that supposed to mean?
Nothing, Mr. Artsy Fartsy.
Because artsy fartsy douche.
No.
Because originally the studio, when the movie was made, the studio was afraid that it's too hard to follow, too hard to understand. So they dubbed it all over with Harrison Ford's
I've seen that version.
monologues, and he didn't give two shits about it.
He hated it.
He absolutely hated it. He phoned it in.
Oh, yeah.
So every scene is like him talking like, yeah, that's me, Blade Runner, ex-cop.
But that's like, I know that you're exaggerating.
No,
but,
I'm not.
But only a little bit.
I'm not really. I mean, it's the famous Tears in the Rain scene, the one of the most iconic, touching movie scenes. It ends, Roy Batty's like, time to die, and then immediately afterwards.
And that's how he died.
It's like, I don't know why he kept me living. Maybe in his last minutes he thought that life itself is more important than this. Who knows? No, seriously, Google it. Look at YouTube. It's exactly like this. It's insane. And also, the ending is different.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing as well with Blade Runner. There's like 15 different versions of that movie, right?
Pretty much.
Which one is your favorite?
My favorite is the director's cut where they just go inside the elevator, door closes, music plays, and
so
credits.
no little origami unicorns?
Oh no, the unicorn is there.
Yeah,
that's in the same version. But I think, I'm not sure, but maybe in the first director's cut, there wasn't the dream sequence of the unicorn.
So it wouldn't make sense then?
No, because I think...
This movie is a mess.
It is a mess. I think because originally... by the way, the footage, the unicorn, is not even shot for the movie. That is unused footage from...
It looks like a toilet paper commercial.
It's, you seen the rubber horn, how it wiggles? It's awful. Like, watch it in HD, and it wiggles as shit.
All right.
The thing is, I've heard, I'm not sure it's true, but I think it is. Because Ridley Scott, before this movie...
Hey, let's talk about Blade Runner the whole episode.
We'll see. Before this movie, he made a fantasy movie with Tom Cruise. The movie was called Legend, and the movie was about unicorns.
No way.
So I think this is unused footage from Legend that he just spliced there to make the ending be, to fit the origami. Because originally what I thought with the origami was just that Gaff is the character's name.
The Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, James Earl Almost. James Earl...
It's possible.
Something like that, whatever. That I thought it's just like, I've been here... this is me letting you know I've been here, but I'm gonna give you some time. Run.
Yeah.
But with the dream, it takes another meaning entirely, which is like, I guess he's a replicant.
Well, that's implied, heavily
implied. But then in the second one, I guess he's...
Well, and also Harrison Ford is like, no fucking way.
Yeah.
He's not a replicant, and I'm not going to do any other versions to, somehow suggest that he is.
Yeah. Even the original screenwriter of Blade Runner was like, no, that's bullshit. He's not a replicant. But Ridley Scott is like, I'm Ridley Scott, he's a replicant.
That was when he still wasn't senile, or was he starting?
He was borderline senile.
But I kind of like it where he is a replicant.
Me too. I like it when it's left ambiguous.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they kind of... That's why I was afraid about Blade Runner 2049. Because I knew Harrison Ford is there, and it's like, oh, I guess so he isn't a replicant.
And they kept it ambiguous, right?
But they kept it because there's that line like, and don't you think you were supposed to fall in love and do this and this? I was like, okay, that's kind of smart. So, yeah.
By the way, I love that movie.
Oh, it's amazing.
It's a concept art come to life.
I mean, I was expecting a friggin' train wreck because a sequel to Blade Runner. But then, like, Denis Villeneuve, and I saw the first trailer, I was like, well, I mean, it looks nice, but the story's gonna suck. And then it was just a treat. Yeah, love that movie. My favorite movie of that year.
Is it weird of me that I still think about Tom Cruise and the Unicorns movies?
No, it's fine.
I want to see that movie.
It's all right. It's all right.
All right. So we should probably talk a little bit about the future, since we're, that's the topic of today's show. I think that the success of this movie, or like the cult following of this movie, is well deserved, and mainly because of the design of anything. Of everything, basically.
I mean, if you look at it, the story is really not that interesting.
Chemistry between actors is not there.
Non-existent. Like Harrison Ford is he's Ryan Gosling in it. He's like stoic.
Might as well be
nothing,
fucking replicant.
Might as well be a fucking replicant, exactly.
I mean, the replicants have more emotions than he.
I think that's the point. No, seriously, I think that's the entire point. But I guess if he's a replicant, it kind of ruins the point, though. I think that was it. That you show these like machines, even biological machines, but still machines that care more for life and more for like everything than the humans.
That's an interesting point.
I think so. I don't know, but if Deckard's a replicant, then that all goes down the shitter.
Maybe I'm changing my mind about Blade Runner. You opened my eyes a little bit.
You should watch it like every year at least once. But yeah, definitely the technical aspects of it are just insane. The effects, the design of everything, it still looks gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
I think what they managed to do really well is to take all the different cultures and blend them and create like a new way of, you know, dressing people, architecture, even the food,
even the language.
Even the language.
It's a mix of like Chinese, Japanese with bits of English. Interesting thing in the theatrical release.
Okay.
Again, Harrison Ford's voiceover when he remember the scene at the beginning when he goes to order noodles. He's like two, and he starts speaking. Immediately after that, Harrison Ford's monologue. He was talking city speak. It wasn't Japanese, Chinese, or English. It was just city speak. Stuff like that. They explain everything. Watch this version. And that's the first version I saw.
It's like watching a movie with director's commentary.
It's
Except the director is not a director, but an actor, and he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, exactly. By the way, I'm like skipping ahead incredibly so. Have you seen Ad Astra?
Not yet, no.
It suffers from the same thing.
Over-explaining stuff?
Over-explaining stuff. Great movie, by the way. I really enjoyed it.
Holding the audience by the hand?
Brad Pitt is monologuing the fuck out of that movie entire time. But I hope maybe there's going to be some kind of cut without it, because some of those scenes are absolutely beautiful. And I was at the cinema and just trying to block out the narrative and just enjoy the visuals. And I think like that it would be like twice the treat, that movie. So yeah, it's good. But okay, Blade Runner.
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered it. Like it is, it stands out because it's done really well. At least the technical parts of the movie. We can
soundtrack
is really good.
Amazing soundtrack from
Vangelis, right?
Yeah.
We can of course debate if it's written well and so on. But for the purposes of this show, let's agree that this depiction of the future is quite sick.
Yeah. It's nasty. It's Have you read the book, by the way? The Android's Dream of Electric Sheep?
Nope.
It's very different.
Yeah,
very different. Yeah. But some aspects are the same. But you should read it. I think you would like it. It's very environmentalistic. It's a lot about animal preservation and such.
I'm all about that.
And Deckard has a wife and a robotic sheep.
And
on his
unicorn?
Roof. No unicorns. Sorry.
And Tom Cruises?
No Tom Cruises. That would be robotic Tom Cruises. Oh, that's like Oblivion. Oh God,
that's like
you made me remember Oblivion.
Oh my God, there's like hundreds of Tom Cruises, right?
Yeah, there's like hundreds of Tom Cruises in that, and they're all riding motorcycles.
That is nightmare fuel.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
Hey, have you heard this story about Tom Cruise on motorcycles?
What, that he's contractually obligated to ride a motorcycle in every movie he's in?
No. I mean, maybe that's true. Who
It
knows?
looks like that, though.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's Tom fucking Cruise, right? But it's even more bizarre than that. This story apparently goes like this. Tom Cruise has hired a crew of people who keep following him wherever he goes on the motorcycle. And when he parks the motorcycle, goes inside to, he doesn't do auditions, right?
No.
Maybe like...
He's Tom Cruise.
To do whatever, to do Oprah and jump on the couch like a madman.
Yeah.
These people are hired to turn his motorbike the other way around so that when he exits the room, he doesn't have to embarrassingly turn the motorbike
come on.
and leave.
Shut up, no.
I hope this is true.
Tom Cruise has his own motorcycle cruise.
Oh, very well.
Oh, God, no.
But I find it believable. It's Tom Cruise. He's crazy.
He's a Scientologist madman.
There's
possible.
like 3 people crazy in one little man.
Yeah, he is very little.
He is very
He's
short.
like, what, 162 or something?
Well, years old? Maybe.
No,
I mean, the Scientologist probably gave him some superpowers.
Well, I was talking about his height.
And I'm talking about his crazy superpowers.
Okay. Have you heard that story that he, who was he dating before?
Katie Holmes?
Katie Holmes, before that?
Nicole Kidman.
Nicole Kidman. Does he have a baby with her? Something like that? I heard a story about he made her eat a placenta
No,
or
he
something.
ate the placenta
He
of
ate the
Katie
placenta.
Holmes' kid. That dude is fucking weird.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I have my placentas mixed up.
Hey, one last fun fact about Tom Cruise, yeah? if you ever watch him smile, he has the teeth, the first two front teeth off axis. So he has like one of the main tooths. Teeth.
Yeah.
He has it in the middle of his lips, you know?
Oh no, really?
Just
I'm gonna
Google it.
Did we subvert our expectations? We're talking about Tom Cruise.
I mean, my expectations have been subverted.
Very much so. Let me Google Tom Cruise. Meantime,
in meantime, what? I mean, I'm relying on you, sort of. You know, I have the
Tom
quiz
Cruise
here.
smile. Should I? Tom Cruise smile.
Yeah, and describe what you see.
Oh, there's a.
Can you see it?
No, the first picture when you Google Tom Cruise smile is his face with a line drawn in the center of his face, so you can see that actually Jacob is right.
Yes.
Jesus, that's creepy.
You cannot unsee that shit.
Oh God, no! Look at that.
I know. I told you this.
Oh no, you ruined Tom Cruise for me.
What do you mean I ruined Tom Cruise?
I mean, I don't like him as a person, but dude has charisma when he acts.
He's a terrific actor.
When cast properly.
But he's just mad.
Yeah, he's. Oh my God.
Yep.
That's nasty.
Hey, if you're listening to us and you want to search it, just type in.
Yeah, Tom Cruise smile.
Yeah.
It's the first picture. There's an axis.
Even with helpful axis. Okay, so we're talking about futures here. We've covered Blade Runner, but now I have the quiz for two contestants. Ding, 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 ding.
Right. I'm Thomas. I'm Scott.
Great. Gentlemen,
yes.
Which movie I'm talking about? Flying cops. Cars you don't need to drive. Guns you need to spin to fire.
What?
Murder predicting freakazoids.
Oh, Minority Report.
Tom Cruise chasing his eyes
Report.
Tom Cruise chasing his eyes down the corridor.
Yeah.
Yep. You got it.
Yeah.
It's Minority Report.
I completely forgot the speedy guns.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. That movie wasn't that great.
But it had some really cool ideas.
The spiders were cool. I like the spiders.
I like Tom Cruise chasing his eyeballs.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. That entire scene that's Spielberg, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, it's fine, but it's kind of meh.
That was one of the first movies when I was like, every Spielberg movie is not like AAA for me anymore. You know? Or not AAA is
I know what you mean.
Wrong
Yeah,
description,
it was either this or maybe War of the Worlds. I'm not sure which came
probably War of the Worlds.
before.
Very similar movies. Similar
Tom
cast
Cruise.
as well. No,
Yeah,
of course,
yeah. But yeah, I remember that one of those movies. I was like, shit, Steven Spielberg is not what he used to be.
No.
And then Indiana Jones 4 came.
And Warhorse.
And I haven't seen Warhorse.
Me neither.
Yeah, but we'll see.
I mean, if Tom Cruise was there and instead of Warhorse there was a unicorn,
sure, then.
and if it was War Unicorn,
Sure, I would watch that.
I would watch that any day.
Definitely. But now, you've seen the latest Spielberg movie, the what's it called? The Post?
No.
It's Tom Cruise.
I know what. No, it's not Tom Cruise. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Sorry, I got my Toms.
You see, that's his superpower.
Yeah,
he's in there.
He's in your hat.
He's in there.
Yeah, the Post more like the boring. It's really boring.
I mean,
it's so
Post
boring.
is the most boring place on earth anyway.
Wait, it's not about the post office.
What is it about?
It's the Washington Post.
Oh shit!
The newspaper. Jesus Christ!
I thought it's about Post.
You think it's like another Tom Hanks movie, like The Terminal, that he gets like locked in the post office and he has to survive on packages like in the Castaway.
I really thought it's about like Post.
No,
Okay.
It's about uncovering the conspiracy about some shit in Vietnam or some, I don't know.
About how soldiers probably sent the letters back home.
It was something about that the war was being lost, but they still claim that it's being won, and the Washington Post unveiled this story, and I was half asleep the entire time, so I don't know.
I have a question.
Yes.
Does at any point Tom Hanks chase his eyeballs down the corridor?
He does not, no.
No, that's not a movie for me then.
Yeah, not a Spielberg movie.
All right, next movie.
Minority Report, though, isn't it? It's very Philip K. Dick, that story. But I'm not sure if it's based on a Philip K. Dick story.
It seems like it's inspired by a short story or something like that. Yeah.
It feels like it, but I'm ashamed to admit this, but I really don't know if it's. I'm not gonna Google it, but it feels like it's from Philip K. Dick, but I'm not sure if it's from Philip K. Dick.
But what about just the future of that movie? I think it's pretty believable.
It's very slick, as I remember, right? Does it have those cars that can drive up walls and such?
That's the thing. You just lie down in the car and it takes you anywhere because it's on rails.
Yeah, but they're not flying, right? They're
No.
like on rails. Isn't it like a magnetic pillow or something like that? Doesn't it hover?
Oh, give the shit.
Yeah, sure. And then you've got jetpack cops.
Jetpack cops, yeah.
And you've got the...
And you have the Iron Man gloves.
Yeah, sure. And for some reason, the murders are getting inscribed in a wooden ball that goes down a little tube.
That's true. It's like on billiard balls, right?
Yeah, it's smaller, I think, but it's something like that. I think the reasoning behind it is that, like, because of the wood grain, every ball is, unique, and you can't, like, fake them or copy them or something like that.
I think that's enough of ball talk.
That movie, classy. That movie was boring.
It has one of my favorite quotes from any movie. It's when they framed Tom Cruise. I mean, spoilers for Minority Report. Who cares?
That's Colin Farrell, right?
Yes.
Colin
Farrell finds the place where the murder was supposed to happen and where Tom Cruise has been framed. And he's just like, I don't think he did it, because usually you have some evidence and, you have to follow the leads and then uncover the thing. Look at this orgy of evidence.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Look at this orgy of evidence, yes.
That's pretty funny.
Why did they even frame him? I don't remember.
Because he was solving the murders way too good.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, well.
Just the fact that we don't really remember.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that great.
But that future, I rate that future on a scale of totally unbelievable to super believable, somewhere in between.
Oh. I give it a 50%. It wasn't good, it wasn't bad, it was just meh.
Yeah. Okay, so next one. Yeah. This movie is a guilty pleasure of mine, so be kind to it, yeah?
Showgirls.
No.
No, that's my guilty pleasure. It actually is. I will admit this. Yes, I love Showgirls.
Thanks for your confession.
It's Paul Verhoeven, come on.
So what?
Well, I like the good.
Spielberg did War Horse.
You haven't seen War Horse, but I've seen Showgirls at least like 3 times.
Holy shit!
I'm a monster. It stars Kyle MacLachlan from Dune, and I don't know. There's something about that movie.
Okay, Dune is. Let's segue into this thing. But now, if I did Dune, you would know the answer. So next question.
Okay.
Converse shoes.
Mm-hmm. iRobot.
Yes. Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, too much sugar in coffee, and I'm allergic to bullshit.
I love that movie.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's fun. It's like it's not as smart, as Asimov would. Asimov would probably.
It has nothing to do with the book.
No. Absolutely
nothing.
Not. The only thing that it has in common with the book is the 3 laws of robotics.
Yeah, that's the only. Yeah, there are robots there, and the 3 laws
there are robots there,
are mentioned, and that's it. But yeah, that movie is fun.
It is
really fun.
Yeah,
it's
really
dumb
fun.
But fun.
Yes, I really love the fact that he's using the old-timey tools like a machine gun. People are like, "Are you mental? Or are you using machine gun? Or are you using? Is this thing run on gas when he pulls out or where he drives the motorbike? That's what I like.
Yeah.
Where the society is so futuristic, and he loves the old-timey shit. It's perfect.
Yeah, it's nice. It's when you think about it, it's a really a massive cliche.
Oh, it is.
It's like a buddy cop comedy where like, I hate robots. Yes. Oh, you will have to partner up with a robot. Say what?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But it works in some way. The designs are neat.
Yeah. Alan Tudyk is great as Sonny the robot.
Yeah. He's awesome. Everyone drives cars that are on balls.
Oh, we're back to balls.
Back to the balls.
Ball talk.
Yeah, and I think I haven't seen it in a while, but I remember the effects being pretty good, actually.
Yes,
especially on Sonny the robot.
Yeah, I remember there being like ODTT, like the car, just with balls.
Yeah. Moving on from balls. It was a fun movie.
Yeah,
it was a really fun movie.
Okay, a similar movie, mayhaps.
Mm-hmm.
Vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Dog. Shrek.
What? Oh, I, Legend.
That's right.
Yeah. Good. Do you remember when Will Smith used to be good?
I will be honest, I don't like this movie at all.
Well, I, Legend?
Yes.
I like it, and I'm going to sound like an incredibly misogynistic asshole. I like it until the woman appears. when he's still alone with the dog, I think it's great. I mean, you can see like how mad he is. You've got the people there.
I think you can pretty much his madness is summed up when he cites the whole Shrek in that scene. That is the creepiest thing ever.
Sure, that, but also I like how he's putting mannequins everywhere to not
really
feel
neat.
lonely. And then there's the scene where the mannequin is somewhere else, and he's completely losing
But
it, and it's so creepy.
But it works, you know. I have goosebumps
Yeah,
just
me
talking
too.
about
Me too.
it. Yeah.
So yeah, that. But then the woman comes, and then the drama, and then the ending.
I sacrifice myself.
And
you know,
again, it
so-
has like 2 endings, I think.
It does. One of them is good. One of them is not. Yeah.
Yeah, the original one that wasn't used is better.
Yeah,
I
it is,
think,
yeah,
right. That's the one when you learn that the dude, the vampire dude, was just after his girl, right?
Which gives character to the monsters, not having them just mindless monsters. People think it's zombies, but actually it's vampires, which is quite interesting. But it didn't go anywhere. They could have worked with that, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I haven't read the book though. So.
Me neither. No.
But I heard like in the book there are actual like vampires, and they're like intelligent and they talk, and they like stalk him. And they like talk to him like, come out, and stuff like that.
That would be interesting
that'd
as
be
well. This is just another zombie movie for me, unfortunately. You know?
Kinda like some interesting ideas.
But if I have to give the movie props for something, it looks really great. Like the abandoned New York City and him with just the dog. It seems very much like Last of Us, the video game.
Yeah, it's very, very Last of Us. The like New York, but with like animals and covered in grass and such. Although the effects, I remember the effects of the animals.
The monsters are shit.
Yeah, they have those like big gaping mouths, right?
Yeah,
and
they're
like
very
rubber.
rubbery.
Yeah.
Okay, so one more thing. Let's move on. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because we have to.
I hope this is fun for you people.
It's fun for me. I don't care about the people.
Oh my god! And there goes our last listener.
Scott better listen. I'm telling you, man.
I don't think he's listening.
I'm gonna kick his ass. I mean, if he has a headache, this wouldn't probably help.
Can I just really? Is he listening? I can just shout into the microphone really, really loud.
All right. So, well, first thing I have here is depression. Then, Last of Us, but way darker.
Children of Men.
No.
Shit.
Cannibals.
Uh-huh.
And the thing that is going to reveal it is Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, the what's it called? The Road?
Yes.
The Road. Okay, all right.
That is the bleakest movie I've seen probably ever.
It's pretty bleak. It's kind of boring.
It is kind of boring, but like, I mean, that's the point, because it's like boring, and then when they encounter something, it's...
Yeah, I mean, okay, I've seen it only once.
Yeah.
I liked it, but there are some things there that completely ruined the movie for me. I remember 2 distinctive scenes. One scene, they find like an underground shelter filled with food and everything, and they stay a night, and they're like, oh shit, we need to go somewhere else for some reason.
I remember a different underground
They just
room.
leave. So it's like on a farm, and it's a little shelter full of... I think he eats like canned peaches or something. I remember that. And then they hear rustling that night somewhere. They're like, well, better go somewhere else.
Did they at least take the thing?
No.
I don't remember.
I don't
this.
think they take that much.
I just remember the parts that which disturbed me, which is
the
when they
cannibals
discover
and
the
stuff.
cabin.
Yeah. Well, that's the best scene, definitely.
Well, it's like the scene that sticks with you.
Yeah. And but then at the end, they meet another survivor.
Yeah.
Or the boy meets, and the
mean Guy
survivor
Pearce?
and the survivor is blind.
Is he?
Yes, he's blind. How the fuck
Yeah.
would he survive in these conditions when he's blind? This is not Book of Eli, damn it. Oh, spoilers. You haven't seen...
It is shared universe.
Oh, you've seen the Book of Eli?
Oh yeah.
That movie
You know
sucks.
what? Like when the reveal comes in Book of Eli,
so
I'm like,
stupid.
this is the stupidest thing in the world. But I will admit, this movie has some pretty cool fight scenes.
Yeah, but it doesn't make any sense.
It does not, you know. Movies don't have to make sense.
I guess.
But you're right. Like a blind guy in that universe of
Yeah.
the road. I mean, unless he was blind in like some sort of amusement park. What?
I mean, what?
It's just like, or not amusement park. Maybe something that is completely safe.
Amusement park.
I don't know what. But there are just kids there.
The
no?
top 10 safest places according to Jacob Bamberski. Number 1, amusement park. Number 2, chainsaw factory.
All right, so I don't know, like a hotel resort.
Sure, on fire.
You asshole.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I honestly, maybe I remember it wrong, but I remember being pissed. So
Okay, let's move on.
Have you read the book, by the way?
I have not. Stop asking about reading. Reading is boring.
All right.
It makes my head hurt.
All right.
Okay.
Give it to me.
This is a slightly different challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm acting it out, yeah?
Okay.
You maniacs!
Planet of the Apes.
Yeah. My acting is so on point.
Very good, very good.
So, but this is a broader topic.
This was the Tim Burton version, right?
That one is that one I would describe like Abraham Lincoln, but stupid.
Wait, what?
You don't remember the stinger at the end?
Yes, that's
It's
the
called
that's the
Monkey
thing.
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, there's a monkey Abraham Lincoln.
That shit doesn't make any sense.
And then the cops come and it's gorillas in police
Yeah,
uniforms
yeah.
and they're like, get on the fucking ground.
You know what? What would make this
It's
last
awesome.
scene even better if they were holding the guns with their feet?
Yeah. That's pretty good. Speaking of director's cut, Tim Burton, please make something good after 10 years of
George
making
Lucas it and just remaster
George Lucas it. You know, about that movie, Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes, one thing I have to say, excellent makeup. Excellent makeup and costumes.
Oh, the monkeys look
that
great.
looks amazing. Apes.
I didn't mean to be monkey racist, but yeah.
Amazist?
Yeah.
Apist? Apist.
Yeah, definitely not
Yeah,
that.
okay,
That sounds
all right.
dirty.
Well, yeah, but other than that, it's with Mark Wahlberg, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's the problem. Marky, the bees. Mark.
The bees?
The bees.
That's
What happened to the bees? The Happening. Haven't you seen The Happening?
I remember from the Japanese. No, we don't want to kill you. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great acting. Yeah. So yeah, but I said Planet of the Apes.
The original one.
Of course, acted out Charlton Heston in the original one.
Yeah.
One question before we talk about that: is Charlton Heston a great actor?
He's really good there, I'd say.
Because I feel like this older generation of these gentleman actors is just like they are pretty much not acting; they're just talking and smoking most of the time, and then they just shout,
Yeah.
and that's acting.
So it's basically like Leonardo DiCaprio.
What?
He's very shouty.
But The Beach, for example, I was like, this dude probably can act.
I haven't seen The Beach.
Have you read the book?
Have you read the book?
I don't even know if there is.
I think there is, actually.
Of course there is.
Haven't seen The Beach, sorry. I only know the song from Moby.
About the beach?
Yeah, well, the soundtrack. That's from Moby, right? The main theme of The Beach.
Like Moby Dick, circling around the beach? Okay.
You're a dick.
Okay.
Wait, Planet of the Apes, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Have you seen the second one?
Yeah, I think I've seen like all 15 of them.
That is like Revenge of the Planet of the Apes. They had stupid names, right? There's
Revenge of the Planet
or
of the Apes?
Rise of the...
That is one of the new ones.
That's one of the new ones. Okay. Second part of the original movie with Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Maybe I remember it wrong, but I think it's that shit scarred me for life. Because if I remember correctly, at the end they get into like an underground cave, and there are like people there, like survivors, but they're like mutated with like cone heads and shit, and then they'll detonate a nuke and destroy the entire planet.
How does... Well, I have so many questions. How does a nuclear bomb destroy the whole planet?
Well, it's a big bomb.
Okay. Explain.
Maybe it's in the core. I don't know.
And are you sure you haven't been watching a movie with Dan Aykroyd?
No, I don't have any vodka here in a crystal skull. No, seriously, it's they're like aliens and they're like...
I remember something.
They have like
that.
fucked up faces. No, aliens, humans, I mean. And they have fucked up faces and they blow up the earth.
Great.
I think.
What is the third movie about then?
I think those are prequels.
Okay, I think I'm going to join Scott. My head starts to hurt.
Oh, come on.
Okay. So, next movie.
Yeah.
And the future of that movie.
Sure.
Metal arm.
Mm-hmm.
Metal face.
Mm-hmm.
Metal music.
Mm-hmm.
No water but sexy ladies.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Mm-hmm. Fury Road?
Yes!
Ah, yes. All right.
I love that future because it's not the original Mad Max future, which is just nothing. It's just normal world without people.
Oh, well, it depends on what Mad Max here.
The first one.
I mean, the continuity is all fucked up in the
Let's
Mad Max
not talk
movies.
about that
There's
because we don't
nothing.
have enough
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, the original, that's more dystopian than post-apocalyptic.
It's just fields.
It's just Australia.
Yeah,
on
but it's
a
just like
normal day.
fields and empty towns and so on. But this one, just the colors and everything looks so great, you know? I mean, it's a future I definitely wouldn't want to live in,
Sure.
right? I mean, unless you're that Darth Vader guy.
No, not even. Immortan Joe was his
Immortan Joe,
name.
sorry.
Yeah, no, that armor and those boils he had, that looked painful. I wouldn't want that.
But he has all
By the
those
way, you know,
X-rays.
is the same actor from the first movie.
Ah,
by the
yeah,
way.
I know. Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why the continuity is so fucked.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah, wonderful movie. It actually, I mean, George Miller is the only director I think who has ever pulled this off.
He's like 95
He's
years
like he's like 150 years old.
And the last movie he did before that was Babe.
or Happy Feet?
Happy Feet and like the big, which goes to this big city.
Yeah, Babe in a Big City.
The fuck?
Have you seen that movie, by the way?
I think there are some famous actors in
It's
that, right?
insane. That movie is absolutely insane. You should watch it.
Really?
Yeah,
Is there like a guy with a flamethrower guitar in that?
Well, kind of.
Yes!
you can really see George Miller's influence on that.
Great.
So, yeah, but imagine like, so you make, the last Mad Max was like, what, 93, 94?
Maybe, yeah.
Thunderdome.
With Tina Turner, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one with Tina Turner. And then you got 20 years of like nothing. And then he's like, oh, let me show these bastards how to make an action movie. And he makes non-stop action movie where the entire plot is that they go from A to B and then they go from B to A. And it's glorious. I love that movie. And also...
Wait. It's not glorious. Wait, fuck. I wanted to do
what?
like a...
Mediocre!
It's not mediocre. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work, no.
What a lovely day!
It is lovely,
That's
yes.
all I got.
Okay, good. Don't ever do that again. However, anywho, it's the best movie of the franchise, I would say.
Definitely.
Until then, it was Mad Max 2, of course, but this is basically Mad Max 2, but everything is better.
Yeah.
Everything.
I hope they don't. I hope they won't make a sequel.
Oh God, no. And if they do, it needs to be George Miller again, and
Yeah.
maybe not even Tom Hardy. Who cares? I mean, I remember when that movie was coming out, and all the chauvinistic, woman-hating neckbeards that live in basements crawl out of their holes and were like, oh, feminist propaganda in my Mad Max movie.
Yeah.
Mad Max doesn't even do anything in that movie. He's only a bystander. Have you ever seen a single fucking Mad Max movie, you idiots? It's always been like that. He just wants to mind his own business, then he gets to some shit, he helps reluctantly, and then he moves on.
That's what I love about that movie.
Yeah,
that he helps reluctantly.
Yeah.
You know what? I wouldn't even mind if they did a sequel with just Charlize Theron character.
Sure, yeah, why not?
She was amazing.
She
in that
was
movie.
amazing.
Okay, so next movie from future
From the future.
From the future comes a dystopian movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, traps. Mm-hmm. Nothing.
What kind of traps? Are we talking?
All kinds of traps.
Oh no.
Nothing is as it seems. It's all the adults' fault. Too many attractive young people. Unbelievable romance.
Shit. Is it Hunger Games?
Well, it's a trick question because
Is it
it's all of those teenage fucking movies.
So it's Hunger Games, Maze Runner, and
Yeah.
Divergence.
I have it right here. You got it. Yes. Hunger Games, Maze Runner, and Divergent.
I haven't seen Maze Runner or Divergent.
But you got it.
Well, because they're all the same.
Exactly.
They're all the freaking same.
Perfect.
All right.
I'm impressed, man. You just hit all three of them.
Thank you. Well, because I distinctly remember that when these three movies came out, I was like, this is just the same shit.
Yeah,
So
and this is not for me.
Yeah. But Hunger Games.
Well, I have it. I have here
Yeah.
these three, and then I have Running Man and Battle Royale. So if you want to talk about that, I will allow it.
Oh, will you? Just wanted to say the second Hunger Games movie wasn't that bad.
I love the concept.
And stolen from Battle Royale.
Of course.
Of course.
And isn't it? Didn't Battle Royale steal it from Stephen King and The Running Man?
It's a bit different though. Running Man is more like a TV show kind of contestants. Battle Royale, the Japanese one, is more like I think the main inspiration was Lord of the Flies. Actually, you have an abandoned island, you put some kids there, and see what happens.
But you know what? Like, if I compare a Running Man to Battle Royale,
Mm-hmm.
I would say that somehow I find Running Man more believable than the setting of Battle Royale, where it's just like, to show the teenagers every year we're going to pick a class and send them to an island to kill themselves.
The premise is kind of stupid. I mean,
but the execution
is wonderful. It's
and I mean
Kitano,
execution in many different ways.
It's beautiful. But yeah, I remember it watching for the first time. I was like, juvenile criminality is very high in Japan, so every year we pick a random class and make them kill each other so they behave. I'm like, what? That's very Japanese.
And it all starts, and it's just like, haha, hey, you know, people are still doing the teenage stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a normal.
And then somebody is talking in their sitting at their desk, right?
Yeah.
And the teacher turns and just throws a throwing knife right into their head.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you have my attention now.
Yeah. Oh, all right, weird Japanese movie. Let's go. Love that movie. Absolutely adore it. And when it comes to Running Man, that shit is just super silly.
It is.
It's really fun.
It is.
It's kind of on point with some points. That was a horrible sentence. I'm sorry. With some statements about media and glorification of violence and all that stuff. Because this is pre-reality TV. It kind of nailed it.
Predicted it, yeah.
Although, I mean, have you read the book?
Fuck off.
It's very different from the movie.
Of course it is.
Well, even the main character is like...
I have to find some movie that I have read the book.
I will not talk about books then. I will not talk about books.
No.
Because in the book, the main...
Okay, I have a... Go ahead, sorry.
Well, in the book, the main character has like tuberculosis. He's like weak...
That's more interesting immediately than Mr. Olympia.
And then you got Mr.
Yeah. The most buffed man in the world.
Yeah, still a great movie though.
It is.
Apart from those designs, those uniforms are...
I love the guy who runs the show.
Oh yeah,
he's famous showrunner as well. You know, he ran the Family Feud.
Yeah, isn't it a Bob Barker or something like that?
It's not Bob Barker, no.
No, isn't it?
No, Bob Barker is an old vampire, but this guy is... I don't remember his name from the top of my head, but he was more charismatic, more fun than Bob Barker.
But genius casting, absolutely, to actually have a game show host and put it in the dystopian future.
It doesn't have to act that much.
Yeah, no, it's a fun movie. It's a really fun movie.
And that future is also interesting. I think it's in the similar category as Judge Dredd, I'd say.
It's a bit RoboCopian as well. When you just basically take your camera crew and go to Detroit. And immediately you've got a post-apocalyptic city. So, budget safe.
Exactly, you save on the sets.
By the way, I've just realized we're not playing any songs.
No, because there's so many fun contests here.
Funsies. Okay. I hope you at home are playing with us as well.
Oh, screw them, I like this. Okay, so the next one. This is also a different. I have to sing.
What? Well, this is 2001. This is Jesus Christ.
Doom.
Speaking of not playing any music.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
2001: The Space Odyssey. Yes.
Yes.
It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Are you not going to ask me if I read the book?
Well, have you read the book?
Yes!
Well, there you go. Oh, that's why you...
Yeah.
Oh, so you did read the book.
Hell, finally.
You know, for just this one, I didn't want to even ask.
I would go as far as to say that having read the book, I enjoyed the movie much more.
I take the book kind of as a manual to the movie.
It's technically a script, right?
Well, it was made at the same time. It was made simultaneously, the book and the movie. And the movie is more like ethereal and more like emotional.
Well, especially the ending is.
Especially the ending is like, what? Space babies? But then when you read the book, it's like, okay, this makes perfect sense.
This makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
This makes like absolute sense.
Yeah.
That future is interesting in terms of, well, first of all, you know, it is extremely believable because real-life astronauts and, you know, people from this, I mean, business, whatever you call it.
Trade,
okay. Space exploration or
yeah,
whatever.
Sure.
We're working on this movie as well and made sure that this movie is as believable as possible. So, for example, not many movies do this, but... You know, no one can hear you in space. No one can hear you scream because there's a vacuum.
That's Alien.
I know. Maybe we're going to talk about it. Maybe. But there's vacuum, right?
Sure.
So there's sound has no way of spreading.
Sure.
So that movie is completely silent.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do instead of, silence, which there is plenty of, they play. Is it Bach?
Mm-hmm.
And his waltz.
Mm-hmm.
It's fantastic.
The Blue Danube.
Well, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You're a bigger nerd than I am.
Yeah, it is fantastic.
And the whole concept of there are objects which humanity discovers, and it moves them forward in terms of understanding of the universe and technology and everything. It's really great movie.
Yeah, which, by the way, you really don't get from the movie if you're really not focusing or if you haven't read the book. First time viewing, you don't know what the fuck is going on.
But it's so subtle with the monkeys.
Yeah.
Sorry, apes. I don't mean to be
Apes.
apist again. Yeah. But at the start, when he touches the thing and all of a sudden picks up an object and uses it as a weapon, it's so subtle because if it was narrated by Harrison Ford, he would be like, this is when I understood I could use weapons.
Yeah, and so that's the first usage of like tools, and I love the cut when he throws the bone and it flies, and then bam jump out, spaceship. So you've got this entire human history from bone, from the first usage of items to space.
It tells you that this
Stanley Kubrick is a goddamn genius.
It tells you all you need to know, like this little object moved us from here to here, and now it's time for another jump. Yeah. Because they find the monolith on moon or whatever,
on the moon,
and then the next one on moon of Jupiter. Yeah,
it's oh my god, that movie. I mean,
read the book, man. It's just like so cool,
Well, read the book. The book is amazing as well.
The book is really good.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you the visuals.
Hey, have you heard this fucking crazy thing that when Stanley Kubrick was directing this movie, he directed like 100 hours of footage, and he had to cut it down to 2 hours. I believe that.
I believe that. Yes.
And that man is a crazy guy.
Yeah, and then they used the footage to fake the moon landing.
Sure.
Which he then admitted subtly in The Shining.
Was that like a whole
that's a whole conspiracy theory that
Kubrick...
there is a documentary about it. It's awesome.
I mean, if you were to fake a moon landing, I would definitely hire Stanley Kubrick.
Absolutely. Thank God it wasn't J.J. Abrams, or the moon would have a lot more lens flares.
Or if it was Michael Bay, or explosions everywhere.
The moon is exploding. But yeah, there's a conspiracy theory that The Shining is actually Kubrick's like confession that he faked the moon landing, and that there are like clues hidden throughout the movie that will like prove that.
Nice.
Google it. It's insane.
Okay.
I mean, not now. But
no. I'm just looking at the other future.
Yeah. So, Stanley Kubrick, man.
He is
my favorite director, hands down, definitely.
I would never probably want to work for him as an actor.
Oh no, he was insane.
Yeah, he's going to fuck you up, man.
Yeah.
127 times he made that girl do the scene in Shining.
Poor Shelley Duvall. But then that last time it's...
Because she doesn't act.
She doesn't act. She's a wreck, an emotional wreck. Yeah. But man, it's worth it.
127 times.
Yep.
Anyway, next movie, next future. Let's talk about it. Turtle aliens, giant kidney stones, orange wife beaters, and penis wearing a blonde penis on his head.
Whoa. What?
This one is more cryptic.
You think? Penis wearing a blonde penis on his head.
Yeah.
Turtle aliens.
Yeah.
Turtle aliens.
Yeah. Don't dwell on that.
Okay.
Giant kidney stones.
Giant kidney stones.
And orange wife beater.
And orange wife beaters.
Wife beater.
I know the
only one.
You mean the?
Yeah, the like the shirt without sleeves.
I know. I don't know. Can you give me another hint?
I can.
Have I seen it?
You have seen it.
Yeah,
you have seen it.
Oh wait! The Fifth Element.
Yes!
The Fifth Element.
I thought I had you there. God damn it!
Woo, boy. Oh yeah.
That movie is fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, like turtle aliens.
These those. Yeah. The ancient great race that can't even walk through the door in time. Come on, we don't have enough time. Oh, I guess I'll just die.
You were asking me about the blind man in the road. This begs more.
I have the same
questions.
issues with the movie. Yes.
And then the giant kidney stones, like. props to that lady, you know. But how did she get them in and then perform the whole opera thing?
Alien stuff. He was Alien. That scene is amazing, by the way. The entire
opera?
opera scene combined with the action scene.
I think it's the second best opera scene in sci-fi movie if I don't mention the Star Wars opera. Not from a Jedi. Yeah, okay. Space operas. That's
I was so happy that we didn't mention Star Wars once, and here
it's
we
not future,
go.
it's past.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Yeah. So, Fifth Element, what about the future? It's Luc Besson?
It's Luc Besson, yes, the Hollywood's favorite pedophile, Luc Besson.
I mean, there's too many to choose from.
Harvey Weinstein.
That's your favorite.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
boy.
Epstein didn't kill himself. Okay, let's...
Dude, do you want to start like a conspiracy podcast?
Sure. That future is weird. I mean, you don't really learn much about that future.
It looks cool.
There are like high buildings. I like the cigarettes. That's a nice touch.
I don't remember cigarettes.
They're like reversed, so the tobacco bit is really short, and the filter is like
Nice.
incredibly long.
I remember lots of McDonald's in that movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there? I don't remember a single one.
The cops, when they're eating McDonald's, when they passes them, and then they
Yeah, that's
shoot his
McDonald's.
taxi. And I remember as a kid, I really loved that line that he says. And I mean, I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember the
Sure.
English line. I saw it in Czech.
Sure.
And he said, and suddenly from a taxi we have a mental. I was
Swiss
a kid.
cheese, you mean?
Is that how you call it?
Yeah, Swiss cheese.
Sorry, Swiss cheese.
A mental means something different.
A mental.
A mental.
I mean, I made myself a mental now.
Are you mental?
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was fun. One of few Luc Besson. I mean, Luc Besson is being praised like this super like action director, and he made like 2 good movies,
True.
like this and Leon.
Yeah, I cannot think of any other.
No, because Lucy sucked, and Valerian sucked,
Yep.
and again,
You know what? I think that Valerian has a lot in common with Fifth Element, except it sucks.
except it sucks. The first 10 minutes of Valerian are awesome.
But it's just like the visuals are very similar to what Fifth Element did.
Yeah, but for some reason they casted a brick and a glass of water.
Dude, like those two charisma vacuums.
Yeah, it's incredible.
If you tried, you couldn't find people who are
No.
sucking the charisma out of the room more. Jesus. All right. Okay. So
Fifth
Next-
Element.
next
What about the best wait.
Yep.
Wait. I forgot the name of the actor. I'm so sorry.
Which actor?
Bad guy in Fifth Element.
Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman, yes.
He's great.
He's amazing.
But you know what I meant, like the penis wearing a blonde penis. on
Yes,
his head.
yes. That's Ruby Road, right?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Chris Tucker? No.
Yes.
Yes. Also great there. Fun movie.
I hate that guy.
I like him in The Fifth Element because he's
I
supposed
like him
to be
in Rush Hour, maybe. In the first one. But-
all right. Fair enough.
okay, so next movie.
Mm-hmm.
Drinking your pee-pee?
Waterworld?
No,
No? Oh, okay. But there is pee-pee drinking in Waterworld.
but there is different pee-pee drinking.
Different
here.
pee-pee drinking,
It's
okay.
more subtle pee-pee drinking.
More subtle pee-pee drinking, okay.
But I'm going to tell the next clue, and you're going to get it immediately. So flying fat guys and worms.
Oh, well, Dune, of course.
Yeah, you made me watch that.
Love your enthusiasm there, buddy. I mean, the thing is, have you read the book?
I've played the games.
Yeah.
I've read part of the first book, but I was too young.
The movie's great. It's polarizing. I know there's a lot of things I hate about that movie, but Dune, the book, is probably one of my favorite, if not my most favorite science fiction novel.
Let's
And this is still the best adaptation that we have, and some of the aspects of the movie are beautiful, like amazing.
True.
And it's David Lynch. Like, what would you expect? A normal movie?
You know that he chose to do this movie instead of doing the sixth Star Wars movie. Third Star Wars movie, sixth episode.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. But apparently, much like Scott, when he arrived to the set and saw all the fucking Ewoks, he got a splitting migraine and said, "Fuck this."
I think he didn't even arrive at the set. I think the story
He saw
I know
just the concept art?
He was just talking with George Lucas. Like the story goes that like after 15 minutes of talking with George Lucas, he was like, I cannot work with this guy. He's giving me a splitting migraine. And he left.
That's much better story. I like this one more.
I'm not sure if it's true. I hope it is.
I hope it is.
I love David Lynch.
So yeah,
He's insane.
And he's also a very lovely man.
Oh yeah.
Because we know him, of course.
Of course.
So the Dune.
I mean, you wear a T-shirt with him, so
that's true.
yeah, not right now. Right now we have a Half-Life T-shirt on here, but
so the
Nerd.
Dune.
Yeah.
Geek. I prefer geek.
No.
Okay, you're a nerd. I'm a geek.
Yeah. Okay. Well, nerd is better.
Geek is cool.
Okay. Dune. What about Dune?
I played the video games, and I have to say that this whole concept of medieval society living among the stars on the different planets and the colonization and so on, and then the only tool of getting from point A to point B in the universe is this spice, this MacGuffin.
Yeah.
Is pretty interesting. It's like actually Game of Thrones in space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a lot of backstabbing. There's a lot of betrayal.
A lot of politics. So yeah, a lot of betrayal, stuff like that.
A lot of disgusting stuff, man.
Well, mostly in the movie. You're talking about Harkonnens?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that isn't in the book.
It's not
the heart plugs and
heart plugs and giant like.
No, that's not in the book.
Oh no,
it isn't. Although it's true that Baron Vladimir Harkonnen likes young boys in the book.
Yeah,
and it's mentioned. It's mentioned, but it's not.
That is my favorite pedophile.
Well, Baron Vladimir Harkonnen.
Yes.
You know what? Okay, I can live with that.
I love to hate this guy.
Mm-hmm.
He just loves being so evil.
Yeah.
And when he's like floating around, and just laughing, I'm just like, I'm on board, man.
Yeah, good for you.
Yeah, good for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we have time for probably one more.
Okay.
So it better be a good one.
Oh, this was fast.
Yeah.
I mean, when Scott isn't here, this is just so much fun.
Yeah. I had the whole thing prepared. Okay, done. We're done with this contest. You won. Congratulations.
Yay!
But I wanted to just say that Star Trek, I like Star Trek. I don't love it, but I give it so much props for what it did, what it predicted. So here are some of the inventions that Star Trek predicted correctly.
Okay.
Tablet computers. Tractor beams, which I didn't really know were a thing.
Well, we have tractor beams?
Apparently.
What?
Yeah.
How do we have tractor beams?
Probably magnetic fields or some
Oh.
shit. Flip phones.
Yeah. You mean like tricoders?
Yeah,
No,
that's what I mean.
Yep.
Voice interface computers.
Sure.
We have Siri, we have Alexa, and those
Was Star
ladies.
Trek the first to do that?
This is what the article said.
Oh, you were...
You thought I watched the whole Star Trek for this?
This is what the article... Well, it's on the internet. It must be true.
It seemed very believable. It had citations and so on.
Is it BuzzFeed?
No.
10 things you wouldn't believe Star Trek predicted. Number 5 will make you shit your pants. Brr, 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 brr.
Okay. Portable memory. USB sticks.
Yeah, they have that, yeah.
GPS.
All right, sure.
Automatic doors.
Sure about
What
that?
a prediction.
Sure about that, buddy?
What a revolutionary invention. Okay. Real-time translators.
Yeah, fair enough.
Bionic eyes.
Bionic eyes. Well, we do have bionic eyes, that's right.
Yeah. And they in Star Trek, they are just way cooler because he has this...
Oh, you're talking about Geordi LaForge.
Yes, that's who I'm talking about.
You have no idea who...
Geordi LaForge, just the black guy with the cap thing in his eyes.
I'm just testing you because you said you're not that much into Star Trek, so...
Dude, I'm not that ignorant.
Okay.
Flat screens.
All right.
Big flat screens.
Okay. now you're pushing it, man.
Biometric data. Whatever.
Star Trek didn't... Okay.
Biometric data. And then data.
I knew you were going to do that.
Well, I know. It was... Yeah.
It's pronounced data. No, it isn't.
Just wanted to correct me. Shh, we need to...
Okay.
Yeah. Holodecks.
We don't have holodecks.
We have VR.
That's not the same thing.
Holodecks.
That's not the same thing.
Matter and antimatter power.
We can't... Okay, fair. Well, power... We don't have antimatter power.
What's the CERN thing?
That's not antimatter...
Hey, shut up! We're talking. Okay.
Oh, there was music?
Yes.
Oh. Why are you getting so angry all of a sudden?
But I need to finish this list.
Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Moneyless society.
Yeah, we do have that.
Not yet. Communism will prevail.
No. Okay, done. We're done. We're done with this.
Guys, if you like this, for some reason,
we don't know why.
we don't know why. We enjoyed ourselves.
Yeah,
you
it
can
was
listen
fun.
to this drivel in 2 weeks again. We're going to be talking about some other bizarre topic. If you want to listen to something more coherent, every Tuesday at 2, we are talking about movies, TV shows, and video games. Also, if you want to see us live and support support some good cause, because we are doing that. There is a movie fight. What do we call it?
A film arena.
Film arena.
You don't even know. Well, I wasn't invited there, so
You will be invited again. You lost tragically.
I was what? Ricky lost. I was second out of 3.
That's still a loss.
I was like 1 point after you. Come
Well, anyway,
on.
can you tell me who won?
I don't know. I don't remember. Some douche.
Yeah, some douche named me.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we're doing this movie film arena in Olomouc on 29th of November at 7 in the evening, and we're going to be arguing about movies, and whatever money we get, we give to charity, which is looking after dog shelters and so on.
Noise.
Okay, I have. Thank you.
Thank you.